Bruh, I cried for a minute today. You know what? I gotta get this off my chest here with Wall Street Bets. Our problem is not inflation. Our problem is that supply incorrect. Our problem is that demand is decreasing. No, wait, no, I did get it right. The problem is that supply is decreasing and thus increasing price due to shortage of goods and products. And we can't blame the manufacturer. We blame here, like if I was Hitler, is immigration. Why do I say immigration? Because immigration is the ones that have the money. Let's say you take America, you make an average about you make an average of the American household of what they could purchase or not, and you realize that the foreigner can spend more, thus driving prices higher. It's like a bidding process. So if you got a Latino or Venezuelan that could pay for this at this price, it drives price further up, and so on and so forth. So overall, as a doctor in business, our our inflation problem is not related to monetary effects and supply chain constraints after COVID. The true source of inflation is who we are letting into the country, thus increasing the price of supply. Increasing the price of supply. I've been repeating this story for weeks now. 1970 something, the Scarface movie, Cuba sent a bunch of peasants and a bunch of prisoners to Miami. You know, they were leaving Cuba because things are really bad and they're even worse today. After that, immigration laws in America loosened. You know, they got a little loose. So we had an increase in immigration from people from Venezuela, Argentina, Colombians. Period. Colombians, primarily. That time was when Escobar had his reign. And unfortunately, Miami demographically changed completely from a community of Cubans who were 100%, about America, Oldsmobile, Chevy, about what they knew, because they did have some American products that are still in Cuba, and were replaced by the wealthier Latin American. Basically, Miami was completely changed within several decades in demographic, not only because it was the Latino hotspot at that time outside Southern California and LA or whatever, and it changed the economic spectrum. We're talking about people that were poor and thought that having a Cadillac was being wealthy, to people having Range Rovers and BMWs and Mercedes. They wanted to come here and get a fucking Mercedes or a Range Rover. They had money for that. So we're going to call them in this example a trust fund baby. So Miami changed. And what happened to Miami after the trust fund babies or the cocaine and drug lords got to Miami? Cubans left. Cubans went to New York City. They exiled, because some of them did buy homes, but they eventually were pushed out because the Southern Americans or the Latin Americans in general were building enterprises. We're doing this, we're doing that, we're taking over. There was a lot of commercial activity, lots of companies being made. lots of lands being bought. And once you got a business expert, a Latin American business expert, compared to the Cuban's not going to be able to pay what the business expert is trying to make them pay for the land or for a home they're working there. So what do? They come to the projects to New York. They come straight to the projects in New York City because Miami has few to little projects. There's no true projects like most people know here in the five boroughs. So to summarize, before this video gets too long, the real problem in this country is not that we have inflation, that we let inflationary monetary policy expand too far, thus increasing the value of the dollar, blah, blah, blah. That's a number that's there. The real problem is that supply continues to grow because there's people that want to pay that price. Our market, the American market, not elsewhere, has people that want to pay that price. If a gallon of milk were to get $30, they're going to pay $30 for the fucking gallon of milk, thus driving the price up higher. So the more wealthier people, not us, because Americans are not wealthy, period. We are right with the Latin America. We are with the impoverished Latin Americans now. Americans are on the middle to low now. We're broke here. We're making ends meet. We might be living in an apartment in New York City, it's an example, but we're baseline. We can't buy a car if we want to. We can't move if we want to. We can't make better decisions to improve ourselves. Most people are stagnant in the same place, but they come here from wherever, walk from Panama, being a trust fund baby, like that. Oh, I walk from the Panama Canal to the motherfucking border. I'm from I got here to New York, look for a better job. And little to know, American government doesn't realize that there's a lot of trust fund baby in the country. You know, there's someone has a lot of family, a lot of land, back where they're from, and they're wealthy. Period. So, probably the fastest way to deal with inflation is probably dealing with immigration, making it really difficult for people who are coming here to buy land, agricultural land, making it difficult to home ownership, and certain other things like the way, how do you call it? There was a policy out there that if the government doesn't do background checks when they fly, they can't come here. Like certain measures to stop people from coming here so that they don't live better than you here, period. Because if not, the Big Mac combo at McDonald's it's gonna go from $17.69 to $20, to $21, to $25, and there's gonna be people that want to buy it, and some of us are gonna continue to cry. Cause I cried for like solid 15 minutes about a 99-cent Big and Tasty, or the quarter pounder with lettuce and tomato that McDonald's had when I was a teenager. I had that a lot. Double cheese and bacon. Get two of them things. And then once they put the double cheeseburger on the dollar menu, I got a lot of those too with Big Mac sauce back in the day. I was like 20, 21. Peace.